Welcome to DeepEX. In this training video we will design a 30 feet excavation with two levels of tieback supports. We will show you how to perform excavation and backfill operations, how you can do dewatering, and how you can graphically add supports and external loads to the model. Initially we are at stage 0, where we should have defined our soil types, our stratigraphy, and our wall type. Next we can right click here and we can press the add stage button, and we can see that a new stage 1 is added. The same would happen if we press this add stage button from the general tab of DeepEX. In this new stage 1 we will choose to excavate on the right side of the wall 10 feet. To do this we have to go here where it says surface elevations next to the wall, and on the right side I choose to change the soil elevation to -10. So we can see that the software excavates 10 feet in stage 1 on the right side of the wall. The same tool we would use if we would need to do any backfill operation. We can type here something more and then the software would backfill. I will add another stage, and in this stage 2 I will choose to add the support row. In DeepEX we can add supports graphically using the draw supports options in the general tab. Here we can select the tool to draw a ground anchor, a tieback. We can draw a strut support, a slab support, a rake support, or we can even put a fixed support, a pre-spring support, or a weller support on any wall elevation. Later, after we install a support, we can go here and we can draw a weller beam on a support if we wish so, and we can also draw a passive heel block for our rakers. In this example we will use tiebacks, so I use the first tool, draw a ground anchor, I select it, I click on the wall and next on the ground. With my second random click this dialog appears, and here I can define the exact elevation of the support on the wall, let's say -8 feet, 2 feet above the excavation elevation. I can change the installation angle, let's say 25 degrees. And I can change also the free and bonded lengths for my tieback. So I will say this one 30 and this one 35. Here we can set the horizontal spacing between the tiebacks. This is basically a tieback row. So on the tip of my screen there is another one and another one. And here we can define the spacing. We can say 8. If we wish every supported pile, since this is a soldier panel line wall with spacing 8, we can use it like this. We can put 16 if we wish every other pile to be supported, etc. Here we can set the support pre-stress. This will be taken into consideration if we do non-linear analysis. In the limit equilibrium this is not taken into consideration. Finally, here we can define the structural section for our tieback support. This list includes initially these 3 sections, 4, 5, 6 strands. We can always press the edit button, and in the dialog that appears we can update this list with new sections. We can modify the existing ones. In any case we can select if this is strands. We can select the strand diameter, strand material, and how many strands we have. If it's a solid bar we can select the solid bar. We can place, in example, one bar number 9. We can select to use a user area, so we define an area and a material. We can define a pipe or an H-beam micropile, choosing from the software extensive databases of pipes and H-beams. Anyway, I will use, I press OK here and I will use 5 strands in this example. And I press OK. So you see that the support is updated. I right click and I will add another stage, and in this new stage I will choose to excavate 10 more feet. So I will go here on the right and I will excavate to elevation -20. If you wish you can also do dewatering here. So if you wish to change the water elevation, you should go on the right side of the wall and go, let's say, to -20 to do the dewatering to the ground surface. If you wish to dewater everywhere, you can go and you can dewater everywhere from here. I add another stage, and in this stage I will install a second support row. So with the same way I access the draw supports option, I select the ground anchor and I draw it. And here I can select to place it at elevation -18. Let's say the same installation angle, 25 degrees, and let's say that I have 30 and I don't know, 30 lengths, the free embodied part of the tieback, and let's place it with a spacing 8 feet, and let's use 5 strands again. I press OK, and the second tieback row is added to the model. I right click and I add the last stage, and in this last stage I choose to excavate to elevation -30, and I can also dewater on one side or even two sides of the wall at elevation -30 also. Let's say that this is the model that we needed to create. Here down we can access the different stages and we can see the project progress. Now I will show you how you can add external loads to the model. Let's say that you have a load here coming from a nearby building, a construction load, a traffic load, anything. You can add loads graphically in DeepEX from the Draw Loads options on the General tab. Here you can select the tool to draw a surface strip surcharge, a point load added on the ground surface. You can put a distributed load or a point load anywhere you wish on the wall acting horizontally. You can put an external moment or a prescribed displacement on any wall elevation. Also here you can add some three-dimensional loads. You can add a building, a footing or a 3D surface load. It's important in which stage you actually insert the load, draw the load, because the load will be active from the stage you draw it and after. So if I go in stage 1, I'll select the tool to draw a surface strip surcharge. I select the tool and I click on two random spots on the ground surface, and with my second random click this dialog appears. Here I can define the x coordinate of the start and the end of the load, x1 and x2, and also the load magnitude. So here if I start it from -60, and let's say that it goes until 2 feet behind the wall, so I will take it at -2. I remind you that 0 x coordinate is the top left point of the wall. I can also change the magnitude to something else. I will change it to 0.6 ksf. Now if I choose different values here, I can create a triagonal or trapezoidal load. Also here I can select if my load is permanent or variable, and if I select later a design standard, it will receive the corresponding safety factor from the design standard, else it will be unfactored and this doesn't make any difference. Finally here this is surface load is selected, so if I press OK, this places the load on the ground surface exactly. I can double click the load anytime, and if I unclick this option, then I'm able to change the load elevation also. So if I change to something else, let's say -3 feet, this will place the load 3 feet below the ground surface. If I press OK, you will see that the load moves down. I can access once again and change to is surface, and this brings it back to the ground surface. Now, as you will notice, if I go through the stages, in stage 0 the load appears grey. Grey means deactivated, the load is not there. And from stage 1 and after, the load is red. Red means activated, so the load is present in these stages. If you wish, in any construction stage, you can right click on the load and you can activate or deactivate it. So you can deactivate the load in a specific stage, it will be activated in all other stages where it was activated so far. So you can access it and reactivate it again. This way you can add and remove loads in different stages. In DeepEX we include several methods that you can use to transfer this load horizontally on the wall. If I access once again the Draw Loads options list, I have the Elastic Load Options button here. If I press it, this dialog appears. The default option in the software is to use the elasticity equations, but we can also change to two-way distribution angle, one-way distribution angle, one-way distribution angle from soil friction, elastical to vertical stress method, Syria method, or Wamata method. Also here we can define the multiplier value that multiplies the horizontal stresses calculated from the Elasticsearch solutions. Visit our websites in order to review additional information on our software programs, useful theory documents, examples and training videos. If you wish to receive our pricing, special offers, or if you wish to arrange a free online presentation, feel free to contact us. Thank you for watching this video.